Yeah, if you suffer from depression and anxiety, especially if you're somebody who experienced a lot of like childhood trauma and or a lot of trauma throughout the rest of your life and you just feel like you're constantly on this hamster wheel of trying to feel better but it's just not working, a couple things. One, when you're constantly chasing happiness, which is an emotion, which means that it comes and goes, you're only making yourself more miserable because you're so attached to that specific outcome or feeling instead of understanding that it is a feeling. But beyond that, how accepting are you of your anxiety, of your depression, of the fact that that was your life at one point in time, that these terrible things happen to you? Accepting and grieving those things isn't the same thing as saying, that was okay. I'm totally cool with the fact that my parents treated me like garbage. Nope, not the same. It's going, wow, well, despite the fact that they treated me like garbage, I'm going to go ahead and grieve that, feel what I need to, process it through my body and my mind, try to regulate my nervous system, try to make myself feel safe, work on my identity work so that I'm not telling myself, yeah, I am a piece of garbage because my parents treated me terrible, which means that I went into protective coping mechanisms, which means that I got into terrible relationships or friendships or jobs or whatever. You don't have to keep identifying with that. And doing that isn't fake. That's not saying, oh, these things didn't happen to me. It's just that if you convince yourself that you were a piece of garbage or you went into all these protective coping mechanisms in order to not get abused or abandoned from your parents or other people, and you had to tell yourself all these things about yourself in order to navigate the world, don't you think it's just as likely and just as true to be like, you know what, despite all that, I'm going to choose to like myself. I'm going to choose to try to slowly but surely trust myself more, show up for myself a little bit more, get on the internet and learn what my needs might be, experiment with what works, what doesn't, try to reparent myself, try to show up for myself, just try to live a life that feels good and authentic to me. And maybe slowly but surely over time, that's going to become my new normal, like any habit or hobby. Wouldn't that be just as likely? And on that same note, why is it okay to use your imagination to worry? Because that's realistic, but it's like Delulu to think about things going right. Make that make sense to me. Anybody who's like, oh, well, I just don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know. Maybe first start asking yourself why you talk about yourself like that. What's wrong with me? What do you mean what's wrong with you? Okay, what are some things that I like about myself? What are some things that I think I could, update or change a little bit? Do you see the difference in the way that that sounds compared to what's wrong with me? Something's terrible with me. Oh, well, I'm sad again. Well, I really wanted to have more energy today, but I guess that's where we're at. So how can we work with how I'm showing up right now? So anyway, I know that's a little bit of a ramble, but I hope it helps at least one person. My name's Sarah, and I'm your favorite self-experimenting coach or companion, and I help get people reacquainted with who they most authentically are. You're an amazing person, and I hope you have the best day.